So, I thought I'd create this video separate from my normal daily video because it'll be different than the typical daily, obviously, that I do. Because I want to go more in depth to pretty much what happened yesterday around 9 a.m. For anybody tuning in, this video is about a car accident I was involved in yesterday, and let's just say I'm still kind of processing the incident, because part of me is still kind of like, I won't say in denial, well, maybe a little bit of denial that it actually happened, but more like disappointed, frustrated, kind of sad, stressed out a bit. It's not it's my first actual, like, real significant car accident that I've ever been in. I mean, I've been in a fender bender, on which there was actually no damage done. It was just more of a bump around April last year, but nothing came out of it besides just getting a warning from the officer on site. This time around, I got a infraction for failure to obey a stop sign. I find that to be kind of not funny, but just wrong, because it's not like I saw the sign or recall the sign at the time of going through that particular intersection. The reason why the accident happened was because I was driving on the road, which I don't normally go down. I've been going down there a couple times a week, but not consistently. So I'm not familiar with the entire area. But the reason why I blew past the stop sign was because I was distracted by the intense amount of road glare that was reflecting off of my windshield from the sunlight and everything, because the roads were wet at the time, and so it distracted me to not pay attention enough to see the stop sign. And well, that led to the incident. And let's say the other driver's fine. Well, claims to be fine. We both refused medical. We didn't get transported to the hospital in an ambulance. What I do recall, just before I slammed on my brakes, was the driver of the other vehicle speeding pretty fast, I would say, or at least relatively fast, from the turn on the right side of me. But this is just my speculation, but I would say, based on what I saw, there was no way that she yielded to the stop sign as well. She maybe slowed down, but not a complete stop, because I do recall, at least, the incident happened quickly. So I don't know, maybe it just sped through my mind quickly. So maybe I'm just kind of like overanalyzing it, but I did my best to swerve out of the way. Ultimately, it wasn't enough, and I clipped the rear driver's side of her car, and but yeah, and then just at the moment of impact, I kind of braced myself, and that's when I hit her. I didn't lose consciousness after the impact. I do remember pretty much everything. Both my front airbag and side airbag went off. If anything, the side airbag is what really kind of did the most to me at the time. Affected my hearing temporarily. I did get a little bit of a burn from the seatbelt and a bruise on my arm from it. Other than that, I would say I feel fine for the most part. Obviously, since denying the check to get transported, I've been trying to maintain awareness of any kind of changes physically that I may notice since then. I don't have any back pains, neck pains, or anything. I could turn my neck full range of motion. For right now, I don't have any headaches. I don't feel confused. Maybe a little bit dizzy, but considering I haven't really been getting much sleep, I won't really want to tie that with that. At the moment of impact, I pretty much cowered closer to the steering wheel. I would say the airbag and the steering wheel did a really good job protecting my head. It felt like I was just putting my head in a pillow. It didn't whack my head. It's just, again, it's just a side airbag that really whacked the side of my face. And I have, on 2 occasions since then, had like random ringing occur in my left ear, but it would go away after a few seconds when it does appear. So I'm taking note of that. And also occasionally get this, I would say pressure or throbbing like inside, I guess by my sinuses, where occasionally it would maybe throb and I'll get this weird scent for like a fraction of a second in my nose, but it goes away. But I've been having that. I've been having that before the incident, so but yeah, I didn't really get much sleep last night because obviously that was on my mind. It's been an interesting 26 hours, 27, 28 hours. I'm sort of glad I've been able to handle it as well as I have since then, meaning I haven't really, knock on wood, not really jinxed myself with the stress of it, because really what it's going to come down to is there's really 2 things that's really, well, 3, that's going to really that's been preoccupying my mind. Obviously, the first thing is actually if my car is totaled or not. It's pretty damaged, but so the airbags went off, front and side. Then any flat tires. The car still starts up, but I'm not sure if there was any damage to the frame of the vehicle on that side. Second thing is the deductible. Obviously, I have a high deductible on my auto insurance. The reason why I have a high deductible is because I want to try to make my monthly payments for my car insurance low as possible. So that's primarily the reason. Because again, in making that decision to make my deductible so high, is obviously I'm trying to err on the side of caution whenever I drive. I mean, most of the time. So there's that. Third thing obviously would be any potential legalities that may pop up in the future if the other driver just decides to take any kind of legal action or whatnot against me. There was no information exchanged, no insurance was exchanged. I was given a ticket. I don't know about the other driver. I have to get a copy of the police report, in which I have to forward that to my insurance company. I think it's more, again, that aspect of the potential of a future incident or future legal claim to be made civilly against me if something should occur. Because I did admit to the officer, because I believe in honesty. If I screwed up, if I made a mistake, if it was my fault, I'm not gonna lie or pretend like, oh, it wasn't me. I do believe honesty goes a long way, even if it's not the way you want it to go. And obviously, the other part of it is if there should be any future health incidents that should occur from it for me. A bit stubborn, but yeah. I did take photos of the incident. I did check on the other driver, see if she was okay. Did take and one of the things that was running through my mind as soon as I got out of my car was walking towards the other vehicle. Just walking to the other vehicle, seeing it sideways in the street with its side airbags deployed. Walking up to it, Just telling myself, just saying to myself, let there be movement. Let me see that door open. Thankfully, there was. The door opened, and I checked on her, asked her if she was okay. She was like I'm shaking up. But everything seemed to be, I wouldn't say okay, but it could have been a lot worse. Because I don't know how well I could have handled the thought, rather than if something actually happened, and like potentially taking a life. But I'm glad I swerved the way I did, because I think if I didn't swerve, and I just hit her straight on, she would have taken the full impact. I mean, I was going probably like 30, 35 miles an hour. But still, won't take much. So why did I decide to record this video? Well, because I don't go to therapy. I don't have any real close friends. But I'm grateful for the people that I do have in my life. Could have been so much worse, and I'm grateful that it wasn't worse. But yeah, so try to stay proactive. Just to miss no step. Try to handle everything as soon as possible. So reporting, getting a rental, just not not missing something. Because I'm more like to have a mindset of like getting it done. It's not just sitting around and just waiting to do something. Because I've done a lot of that in the past. Because I get stuck in my comfort zone. obviously everything right now is still very much fluid. Still waiting on an estimate or whether or not the vehicle would be considered totaled or is repairable. It's likely repairable. Um, and just still um, keeping an eye on my own health as well. Although I do want to get the other driver's contact info just so I can check up on her. Don't get me wrong, I felt a little bit angry, but that's still part of me just like would want to say that there's some blame to her as well because she came around that turn really quick, and this part of me is just like there's just no way she actually stopped or yielded completely at that stop sign as well. So I don't know, but it's neither here nor there. All that matters is we got to walk home or go home at the end of the day, and the material thing is just a material. Material things can get replaced, but people can't. Your own unique individual can't be replaced. So if you tuned in and watched this, I appreciate it. Sorry for being all teary-eyed. This is just one of the ways, one of the outlets. For me to express myself.